High above the bustling city, nestled on a narrow ledge, lay a small white egg. It was smooth and cool to the touch. Inside, a tiny life was about to begin. A baby pigeon, still unhatched, dreamed in the warmth of its shell. Its tiny heart beat steadily, a drumbeat of life waiting to be unleashed. The egg, though fragile, was a haven for the developing chick. It provided all the nourishment the baby needed to grow strong. Days turned into nights, a cycle of warmth and quiet anticipation. The baby pigeon, curled inside, grew bigger and stronger with each passing moment. The outside world, a symphony of sounds and colors, was still unknown to the little one. The cooing of its parents, the rumble of traffic, the distant sirens, all were muffled echoes in its eggshell world. But soon, very soon, it would experience these wonders firsthand. For now, it slumbered, gathering strength for the incredible journey that lay ahead. The day arrived, filled with anticipation. The little pigeon, now cramped and restless, felt a powerful urge to break free. Its beak, a tiny weapon, was ready. With all its might, it pecked at the shell again and again. Tap, tap, tap. The sound echoed in the small space. The shell, once impenetrable, began to weaken. A tiny crack appeared, then another and another. The chick could smell the fresh air, feel a gentle breeze on its face. It pushed with all its might, determined to enter this new world. Finally, with a mighty heave, the shell shattered. The baby pigeon, wet and exhausted, tumbled out into the world. It was a strange and wonderful sensation. The world was a kaleidoscope of color and sound. But the chick felt safe and warm, nestled between its parents. The parents, a handsome pair of grey and white pigeons, cooed softly. They had been patiently waiting for this moment. Their little one, small and fragile, was finally here. The mother, her feathers soft and warm, gathered the chick under her wing. She offered it a special food, a milky substance produced in her crop called pigeon milk. It was the perfect nourishment for the newborn. The father, proud and watchful, stood guard over his family. His keen eyes scanned the surroundings, alert for any danger. He would protect his mate and their precious offspring with his life. The little pigeon, nestled between its parents, felt safe and loved. It was the beginning of a special bond. A family united. Days turned into nights, a cycle of warmth and care. The parents took turns keeping the chick warm, feeding it and keeping it safe. The little pigeon thrived under their constant attention. It grew stronger with each passing day, its soft down feathers gradually replaced by sleek grey feathers. Section 4. The world unfolds. First steps and feathered friends. The world outside the nest was vast and fascinating. The little pigeon, now more adventurous, peeked over the edge. It saw other pigeons, young and old, preening their feathers, pecking at crumbs and soaring through the air. It longed to join them, to explore this exciting new world. With wobbly legs, the chick took its first steps outside the nest. It stumbled and faltered, its wings flapping clumsily. But its parents were always nearby, cooing encouragement. They nudged it gently, showing it how to balance, how to walk, how to peck for food. The other pigeons in the flock welcomed the young one. They shared food, played games of chase, and taught the chick the ways of the pigeon world. The little pigeon was no longer just a helpless nestling. It was becoming a confident young bird, ready to take on the challenges ahead. Section 5. From nestling to fledgling, the urge to fly. As the days passed, the little pigeon grew bigger and stronger. Its wings, once small and downy, were now strong and feathered. It watched with envy as its parents and the other pigeons soared through the air. It, too, felt the urge to fly, to experience the freedom of the skies. One day, as the sun warmed the city, the little pigeon felt a surge of confidence. It stood at the edge of the ledge, its wings trembling with anticipation. It took a deep breath and leaped into the air. For a brief moment it felt the exhilaration of flight, but its wings were still weak, its movements clumsy. It flapped frantically but descended quickly. The landing was bumpy, but the little pigeon was unharmed. It had tasted the freedom of the sky, and it craved more. It knew that with practice, with perseverance, it would master the art of flying. It would soar through the clouds, just like its parents. Section 6. Taking the leap, a moment of triumph. Determined to conquer the sky, the young pigeon practiced every chance it got. It flapped its wings tirelessly, strengthening its muscles. It watched how its parents glided effortlessly, how they used the wind to their advantage. It learned from their example, mimicking their movements, perfecting its technique. And then, one glorious morning, everything clicked. The young pigeon stood at the edge of the ledge. The wind ruffled its feathers. It took a deep breath, spread its wings wide, and pushed off with all its might. This time there was no fear, no hesitation, only the pure joy of flight. The pigeon soared through the air, its wings beating in perfect harmony. It felt the wind beneath its wings, lifting it higher and higher. It circled above its nest, above the bustling city, a tiny speck of freedom against the vast blue canvas of the sky. It had done it. It had conquered the sky. Section 7. The sky's the limit, a future filled with promise. From that day forward, the sky was no longer a limit, but a vast playground. The young pigeon, now a strong and confident flyer, joined its flock, exploring the city from a whole new perspective. It soared above parks and gardens, rivers and bridges, marveling at the beauty of the world below. The journey from a tiny egg to a soaring bird was a testament to the pigeon's resilience, its instinct to survive, its innate ability to fly. It was a journey filled with challenges and triumphs, a journey that mirrored the journey of life itself. And as the young pigeon soared through the endless sky, it knew that its adventures were just beginning. The sky was the limit, and the future was filled with promise. The young pigeon, a symbol of hope and perseverance, had found its wings, and with them it had found its freedom. And so it flew, a tiny speck of determination against the vast canvas of life. Its journey a beacon of inspiration for all those who dared to dream of soaring to new heights.